Hey, beautiful people. I am Lamondre, and I know you saw the title of the live, and it was excited, exhausted, and thankful. And I am. I am all of those things. And the reason that I am all of those things is because I've been working very hard on this vision. And the vision that I have is for this podcast. It's called My Big Full Authentic Life. And I've really been thinking about it for a very, very, very long time. And I mean, over a year. And you know how you start to do things and you plan for it, you think about it, you work through it, you work it out. But every time you're ready to move forward, you find a reason to hold on. And I realized that for almost a year, I did that. And then one day I was like, if you are going to do this, man, set a date and make that date the date. And that's what I did. And tomorrow is that date for me, March the 29th. My podcast, My Big Full Authentic Life, will go live. And I'll tell you, um, it's definitely a labor of love. Now, I've done podcasts before, but this one is different. This one is different because there was a lot of planning. There was a lot of experience that I gained from doing the other things that I've done that went into this one. And this is the first time I'm going to do a video and audio podcast. Um, and when you hear the name of it, My Big Full Authentic Life, it is not about my life. It is not about just me coming on talking about, hey, this is what's going on with me. It's not about that at all. But it really is about helping people to discover what a big, full, authentic life means for them. And so the layout of the show basically is that every episode I have a guest, and that guest is someone who has done something that made an impact in the world. And it doesn't have to be anything monumental, but it's the kind of thing that they've done. Hey, Crystal, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow, March 29th. Um, but it's the kind of thing that people have done something that has made an impact in the world, and really they're just sharing their insights, they're sharing their experiences, they're sharing their journey. So it's not really about the work that they've done, but it really is about the journey that they have gone on. And I'm gonna tell you why I felt it was important to do that. So often we know about the work, we see the end product, we see the books, we see the movies, we see the jobs, we see the businesses, we see the careers, we see the result of, working out the weight loss. But rarely do we actually hear the transparent and authentic journey. And here's why that's important. That's important because once we begin to learn the journey, we recognize that, hey, we could probably do that as well. And I'm not saying you're trying to do the same thing as someone else, but my hope is that it inspires you or that you learn something about the process. Because so often what happens is we see the end result, but we don't know the process that it took to get that end result. And it's not even that your journey is the same as anyone else's. But I will tell you, sometimes it's like this: you don't know what's possible for you until you see someone doing it. Sometimes it's like that. And I know for me, that has indeed been the case sometimes. I didn't know that people who use wheelchairs could drive until I was about 9 years old and I saw a man in a wheelchair driving. Yeah. And that one little glimpse, that one little incident changed what I thought was possible for me. And so the aim of this show is to do just that: show what is possible, to give that glimpse, to give that little bit of insight, to encourage people to move forward. And here's the thing: it's called My Big Full Authentic Life. And the reason that it's called that, because first of all, it's about accepting and understanding and embracing who you are at your core. I'm not talking about what you aspire to be. I'm not talking about what society has told you you should be. Hey, Jeff, I'm not talking about what society has told you should be. And I'm not talking about even what anyone has told you you should be. I'm talking about you embracing who you are, period, point blank. Because in embracing who you are, what that allows for, it allows for you to be honest with yourself. It allows for you to do a fair assessment of who you are and what drives you. What are the things that push you? What are the things that guide you in terms of your core values? And it's about becoming in line with those core values. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to believe, how to believe. I'm not here to tell you any of that stuff. All I'm saying is be true to you. It first begins with truth. Truth to yourself. I often say, you can fool anybody, but don't be in the business of fooling yourself. That's a dead end business. But then the other piece of that is that once you have embraced who you are authentically and you understand what drives you, what are your core values? What are the things that really mean something to you? Then it's about gaining fulfillment from that. It's about being good with you, being good with who you are. And you'll be surprised how many people are not. And the evidence is, it's obvious, like on social media, we see it. We see it every day through social media. We see it every day on TV. We see it every day on the images that are presented to us saying you should be this. This is what will make you happy. This is what will make you manly. This is what will make you desirable. This is the thing that you should do in order to be fulfilled. When the truth is, true fulfillment comes from within. So that's the second piece of it. Live full. It's about fulfillment. And then the third piece of that is live big. Now that is the outward expression. That is the outward display of what living authentic and living full does. Those are the things that we do. That is the impact that we have on the world. So live big, live full, live authentic. And why am I breaking that down? I'm doing that so that we can discover our purpose, so that we can figure out why we're here and what contribution can we make. And so that's what the show is about. And it really has been a labor of love. And I'll tell you, yes, I'm involved in a number of different things, but I made a decision a few years ago. And that decision was the only things that I'm going to do are things that support my central mission. And that is to help people live big, full, authentic lives on purpose. And if it doesn't support that, then I can't be involved in it. Doesn't mean it's not a good idea. Doesn't mean it's not something that would be good to do. It's just not good for me to do because it doesn't support that mission. And so that's what the show is about. That's what we're here. And I've got some great interviews coming to you. I've spoken with Nathan Todd, the loneliness coach, and he talks about connections. And then I have another interview with Jose Flores, who's a mind disruptor, and he talks about overcoming those limiting thoughts that we have about ourselves, and just some really, really, really powerful things. And it's all going live tomorrow. It's all going live tomorrow, March 29th, and you can check it out either on YouTube, because it's both a video podcast and an audio podcast. So you can also get it wherever you get your podcast. So family, if you could do me a favor, if you could go wherever you get your podcast, or if you are on YouTube, go and look up My Big Full Authentic Life. I'm going to say it again. I know that's a mouthful. My Big Full Authentic Life, and subscribe. And once you hear the podcast, once you see the podcast, if you're encouraged by it, if it helps you in some way, shape, or form, give it a thumbs up, like it, subscribe to it, and share it. Because here's the thing. It's not that my voice is meant for everybody. It's not that your voice is meant for everybody. But for the people that it is meant for, I want to touch them. I want to make certain that they hear it. Because my whole goal with this is to fulfill my purpose. And that is to help people live a big, full, authentic life on purpose. So if you all could do that for me, hey Gladys, hey Rissa, so glad you guys are here, and I really appreciate you for for giving me some thumbs up, and I'm appreciating the love. Thank you so much. But I tell you, it has been a lot of work. It's been a lot of work, and I've had beautiful people to help and to support. And I don't know where things are going to go with this, but I tell you what, I'm not afraid to go. I'm not afraid to push it. I don't want to be one of those people that's like, ooh, I wish I would have. I'd rather be one of those people that says, you know what I did? Yep, I sure did. And I learned this from it. Or we experienced that. Or this is what happened and this is how things changed. Am I nervous? Absolutely. Always nervous whenever you put something that was birthed from your soul out into the world. And you know that it'll be criticized, it'll be judged, but then I also believe it will be celebrated. And I'll tell you, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I've done production. It's been a while since I've interviewed people. It's been a while since I've done anything like that. And so these first couple of episodes, y'all might be like, what in the world is he doing? Just hold on with me though, okay? Hold on with me. Hopefully things will smooth out and we'll be okay. But I really just wanted to take a moment just to, pour out my heart a little bit and just to let you know that it is coming tomorrow, the 29th. It's an early premiere. It's coming out as soon as you get up. So it'll be available and it's out there. It's My Big Full Authentic Life. That's My Big Full Authentic Life. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, all of those. It's there. And it's also on my YouTube channel, My Big Full Authentic Life. And just support it and tell me what you think. And as I said, share it. Share it with others because I really hope that it makes a difference in people's life. I believe that it will. This is one of those things that I believe is divinely inspired. So thank you all so much. I'm excited, over the moon, bubbling, as they say. And there's nothing but love from here. And so that's it. I'm the Mindray, reminding you that if you're living, you might as well live on purpose. And while you're at it, live big, live full, and live authentic. God bless.